Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. In the last episode, we didn't get that far. We just kind of got over here to Petalburg, and then over here to Route 104. And that's realistically about it. I talked about a lot of encounters that you can find, but that was realistically it. I didn't really do much progression. I'm sorry. And in this episode, fingers crossed, we get to Rustboro, and we do a whole lot more. We got to go through Petalburg Woods, though, first. There's some berries, the Pecha Berry, and I believe the Oran Berry. You can plant the berries as well. However, we don't have the watering can, the Wilmer pail, just yet. Be careful over here. There is a rich boy over here with a rather tricky Zigzagoon to deal with. He gives you a lot of money whenever you defeat him, but the problem is he builds up his Pokemon via either using Growl, or whenever he's low HP, he will do a full restore. So yeah, it's not too not too cool fighting this thing. But Chocobo is, you know, it's 2 levels higher, but who knows? Maybe there will still be issues, you know, considering how yeah, our attack just got lowered. But I mean, if our attack got lowered, I mean, Ember is a special attack, so no biggie over here having it. Yeah, thankfully, since this is not Pokemon Emerald, we don't have to deal with like the no physical special split. Now we have that. Thank goodness we have that. So if your physical move gets lowered, then your special move still works perfectly fine. Yeah, we learned quick attack. Awesome. Rich boy Winston is down for the count. Why couldn't I win? Because you are no. It's because I don't know. We're the protagonist. I'm not quite sure. Is this what are you? How can I describe you? You're a Wurmple, aren't you? You are a Wurmple, and you have Tackle as your first move. Fair enough. Maybe I should be using. I don't know. I maybe no. I'm sorry, not that one. This one, I'm not quite sure. No, this one's definitely bigger. Okay, let's leave it at that. There are some new encounters here, specifically 2. That's one of them. It's up top over here. I'm not close enough to get a read on what it is, but it is a Slackoth. There is an item right here, I believe. It said right here. There we go. That is a Slackoth. It is a normal type. It is really, really, really good because of the stats in general are just immaculate. But the problem with it is if you didn't watch my series the first time around, the problem is it has an ability called Truant. Truant, what it does is you get to attack every other turn. So turn 1 you get to attack, turn 2 you just do nothing. However, in this generation it becomes a whole lot more viable to use Vigoroth. And why is that? Well, because Vigoroth now has access to the beautiful Eviolite, whatever the hell you want to call it. I personally love calling it Eviolite because there's a Pokemon called Eevee already, and it's an evolution Pokemon. So Eviolite, I'll call it Eviolite. What that does is I believe it increases your defense and your special defense for any Pokemon that is not fully evolved. If you give that to a Vigoroth, it is pretty good. I used one of those Eviolites on a Girder during my Unova playthrough. I probably shouldn't have used Felsinger. I should probably be using Quick Attack since it's not going to be very effective against another bug type. Oh, it's regular damage. It's fine. But, yeah, I personally use Eviolites on Pokemon that aren't fully evolved, and it works perfectly fine. So I don't know. This Wurmple is doing a whole lot of damage, but it's most definitely because Majora, again, is a glass cannon. I could try to see if I could tough it out. I don't know. Please tell me you use String Shot. Please tell me you use String Shot. Please. Yes! Nice. And then I could just do Quick Attack. Regardless of the speed going down, Quick Attack is a priority move, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. Wurmple down. You got your XP for today. You got your protein in for the day. Have it. Another Wurmple. I'll leave you here just so you can get a little bit of experience when I swap you out. I love the little animation that Sirska has, just like moving left to right, kind of like it's on the water. It's so cute. Real water scooters, though, no. I don't know. That's like a thing with me in like real life too. I love bug types. I absolutely adore bug types. They're like one of my most favorite typings in the entire franchise. However, bugs in real life, I'm very squirmy with them. I don't like them. So yeah, this is the only place where I get to enjoy bugs in the Pokemon world. Not in real life. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. Here I can live out the fantasy of enjoying bug types, or bugs in general. Whereas in the real world, I'll have beef with them 24/7. Sorry, Wurmple. At the moment, well, not at the moment. It was like a few months ago, maybe like a month or two ago, was the season for the metapods falling down from the trees in my area. If you know type shit. Yeah, there's like usually like green insects that like hang around off trees. They're tiny little weird looking insects. Or worms, I guess specifically. And yeah, they just hang off of trees, and I don't know, they're a little annoying. Not one to be found. All right, the second Pokemon that I forgot to mention, Shroomish. There we go. I don't really like Shroomish. I don't know. Yeah, it's a grass type. It's a grass, maybe poison type, but then it evolves into a grass fighting type. It might just be pure grass. It has a pretty good ability in Effect Spore, and it has pretty good attacks that it can get, like Mach Punch. But I don't know, just not for me. I'm going to ambush you. But you had to dawdle in Petalburg Woods forever, didn't you? I got to wait until here I am. True. You, Devon researcher, hand over those papers. True. Now the immigration's a problem, though. You're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? You've got to help me, of course, I guess. Now, what do you think you're going to do? What are you going to do? Protect him? No one crosses Team Aqua and gets any mercy. He's not even a kid. Come on, battle me. True. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I completely forgot that I lowered my the volume for this game on my PC. I could raise it a whole lot more, like to here. But like that's doing a little too much. I don't know. And since Poochien is a dark type and I know my typings now, Fell Stinger this MFR out of the sky. No, I didn't do as much as I would have hoped. Ooh, Howl, that is not good. However, I do like Howl's Moving Castle. But Howl increases attack for everyone on the field on your party Pokemon. It's good in double battles, but in single battles it just increases your attack stat by 1 per Pokemon on the field. But since for most of the time you're going to be doing single battles, it just increases your attack stat by 1. Oh, come on! Come on! Okay, Majora. I know it used the sand attack, maybe 2. Please don't miss. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You could have fumbled there and you didn't. I have good hopes for you. Thank you. You're crazy strong. Ah, no, I just know the typing. Ugly. You got some nerve battling. Yeah, of course. Come and battle me again. I wish I could say that, but I'm out of Pokemon. True. And hey, we have Team Aqua also after something in Rustboro. I'll let you go for today. True. That was awfully close. Saying to you, he didn't rob me of these important papers. I know. I'll give you this as a thank you. The EXP shirt. Let's go. We can have Majora in the back burner without having to, have them do all the fighting. However, I would recommend have the Pokemon that you want to get the most experience out in the front, because the EXP share is good, but it only gives the party half of the XP that you would have gotten regularly. So it doesn't give you all the experience. It's kind of good. If you ever want to turn this off, go to your bag, and it should be in your important items over here in the corner, your key items, and then you can just turn it off there. But I will not be doing that. We will be leaving that on. That is a slack off. Hello. I don't really want to run into you, though. But, for the sake of it, let's just run into you. I'm not going to fight you, though. Last night, I dreamt of Sapphire. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, we're leaving. Yeah, we got away safely. This is a pretty good Pokemon, but I didn't finish talking about that. So, Slakoth, again, has the ability Truant, doesn't let it attack every turn, it just does it every other turn. And Slack King, after evolving from Vigoroth into Slack King, gets that ability again. Vigoroth has the ability, I don't remember what ability it's called, but ooh, this is an Inkata. This isn't too good. You are a rock bug type, I believe. Either that or a ground bug type, one of the two. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah. Vigoroth, I think it's Vital Spirit. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it has the ability of Vital Spirit, which makes it so it can never go to sleep. Ooh, true. Fire type still doing an insane amount of damage. So yeah, I guess that's the benefit of having Vigoroth. But if you always have a Vigoroth with an Eviolite, you won't ever get the increased attack stat from Slack King and all that stuff. But I'd personally say it's still a pretty good Pokemon to have if you ever want to use it. Anyways, let's go ahead and leave. This is brand new to Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Hello. This is the Petalburg Recon team checking in. I'm afraid I have to begin with an apology, Mr. Mai. It's not good news. The mission is a no-go. A little something cropped up and got in the way. Roger that. Got it. Will do. I'll continue investigating the energy we detected. True, you do a lot of yapping, woman of the forest. You! But that kid sure has some promise as a trainer, I'd say. True. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep her in mind for later. You used to give us bullet seed. What do you give us now? What's up? I like this shout at the top of my lungs. It feels so good. You can have this, so you should try it out too. Use it on a Pokemon and it will learn a move that attacks with its voice. What's up? If the move is used several times in a row, it becomes more powerful. This is a really good move now. Echoed voice. It's no bullet seed, but still pretty good. A word of advice, a TM or technical move can be used many times. Thank the Lord! Thank you! Oh my gosh, finally, because like, you know, back then, you could only use it once, and then that was it. You had to find them or buy more. But now you can use it as much as you like, buddy boy. It won't go away, so try it out as many times as you want. Thank you! Thank you, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think this actually started in Unova, so thank you, Unova, I think. So, yeah. But then they decided to bring it back for what was it? For Sword and Shield, and then Scarlet and Violet with the TRs, or whatever the frick they're called. So, I don't know what happened. We downgraded after a while. They were like, nah, this is too comfortable for everyone. Let's just make it worse. Thank you for the Wilmer Pearl. Pale, thank you for the at me ear on my left. True. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of here. There's more things you can get, like some of them give you berries, but I am not that interested if I'm being honest. Here is where I said if you can't find Meryl in the other route, you can probably find it here as well. So, usually I find Meryl here, but like in the other route you can also find it. I don't like Meryl. I'm sorry, guys. It's a really good Pokemon. I don't know, something about it is just I'm not too big a fan of it. So back then it just used to be a water type. Azurill used to be a normal type. I think it still is. But Azurill evolves into Meryl, but you can't get an Azurill unless you breed a Meryl or an Azumarill. But Meryl is a water type, and in this generation is also a fairy type. It has a pretty good ability called Huge Power. The other ability it gets, I don't remember, but the one ability that you should be looking for on a Meryl or a Azumarill is Huge Power. It doubles your attack stat, I believe. So, yeah, that is a really good thing to go for. Rich girl, woman, white woman. You have a higher level Poochyena, so we'll go ahead and put Chocobo out in the front. Woman, look at me. Woman. I could have just also talked with you, but like... I don't know. I prefer to have the NPCs look at me. Lady Cindy. You have a level 11 Zigzagoon, right? Maybe? I think that's what it is. 10, level 10 Zigzagoon. That's what it is. Oh, the tail whip trying to lower my defense. Ooh, my mouth was very tired of talking. I started feeling my cheeks, like swell up. And I don't mean those types that happen. Oh, you're gonna use your full restore now, aren't you? Wait for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, there it is. My bad. I'm taking a water break before I continue with my nonsensical talkings. Tail whip again. This is not good. You outspeed me despite Torchic being really fast. Or I guess this Pokemon being a fast Pokemon in general. Not good. Ah, there it goes. It's the strong tackle because you did all that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, water bottle destroyed. And we level up, true. Nice. So I've had like a goodie bag of candy in my room for like a month, maybe a month and a half. I don't remember how long it's been. But it had a lot of candy in there. And just now I'm running out. Like I have maybe 3 candies in here. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Lotad, I thought you had a Shroomish. You probably do have a Shroomish, but it's your next Pokemon, probably. So Ember's probably not gonna do too much. Majora, please swap places with Chocobo. Thank you. Lotad also has access to Astonish, which is a ghost type move. So if you're using a Poochyena, watch out. Is that right? Is it Poochyena? No. No, right? No, it's the other way around. I'm sorry, I'm getting my typings mixed up. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't think of what I was gonna say. There is a Pokemon that is really weak to Astonish. I can't think of it at the moment though, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, our Majora got its attack buffed, and with Felstinger, I know you probably have Effect Spore, but I'm gonna take my chances here. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be taking my chances because now I'm paralyzed. Effect Spore does a thing where it either paralyzes you or poisons you or puts you to sleep. That's really not good that we were seated. I don't know if this is the thing where I'm stuck in using this now. Okay, good it's not. I'm sorry. Just wasn't sure if that was the case or not. Well, in that case, true. Very scummy moves from Shroomish. I'm never a big fan of that kind of stuff. I had that, I believe, on Tally, our former Cradily, but it's still scummy to be on the receiving end of it. I was of the opinion of like, oh, like if you're not the one on the receiving end, then it's fine. But also, like, now that I'm on the receiving end, it's like, yeah, it's real scummy. But that's what stall teams are. So I mean, I guess if it works, it works. I guess, I don't know. Go ahead and go over to get our potions. Little lads, are you working on your wraps? And this is our first instance of a double battle. Let's go. Are you Tina and Mia? Gina and Mia, that's what it is. Lotad, and see that you could tell how much I've played these games. That like I remember even their names like super close. I was really close with their names. Okay, Ember on the Seedots, and then Felstinger on the Lotad. They are a lot higher levels than I remember. But you know what? Fair enough. They have to be high level to compete against us, I guess. My name's Pete, and I like drugs. True. True, Chocobo's coming along nicely. Majora. I don't know when Majora is supposed to evolve, but Chocobo is really close. I believe Chocobo needs maybe 3 more levels, and then it's good to go. But I don't remember when Majora evolves. I'll have to look at that in between episodes. Anyways, there we go. Nice, 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 nice. You're not leveling up, but it's fine. There's one more trainer that we can fight up ahead. I'll probably just leave it up to Majora because it's not like a fight. There's no attacking moves you can use since, you know, most fishermen early on end up using Magikarp. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, I didn't talk about this. So, Majora learned Sweet Scent, which is essentially like having honey at all times, 24/7. What I mean by this is Sweet Scent, if you use it while you're on your Pokemon, like choosing your Pokemon in your party team menu, whatever. Whenever you're doing that on the overworld and you're in some grass, it causes a horde encounter. So that is, I guess, really good if you want to just never buy honey 24/7. And if you just want to have a Pokemon with Sweet Scent, that also works, I guess. But yeah, I guess now that I saw it because I was like, what is this little like disc icon on the menu? But that's because we have Sweet Scent now. Nice. Maybe we can show off horde encounters, I guess, next time. I'm not quite sure. There's still like maybe like 3 more minutes left in this episode, so I don't know. Nice, Majora. Nice, 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 nice. Ivan. I knew a guy named Ivan. He was this black male construction worker. He was a neat person, to say the least. Yeah, that's all I realistically have to say about him. I don't know. Yeah, other than just, yeah, he was interesting, to say the least. Yeah. I'm trying to find ways to, like, maybe say something about him. But I think, yeah, that's just the best way that I could say it. He's an interesting person. I think that is the best description I can give about him. I could also say that I think he's bald. He has a kid, I think. Yeah, but he's kind of cool. That's all. I guess little tidbit about about work. Just I knew a guy named Ivan who was bald, black, and was in construction. There you go, I guess. Granny over here will give you a bunch of berries. But we're getting a bunch of berries over here from these bushes as well. The George W. himself. Is that a Pomeg berry? I don't think that's Pomeg. Is that cherry then? Cherry. Nice. Cherry will heal paralysis. Oranberry restores 10 HP. If you see berries growing in soft soil, feel free to take them. But make sure you plant a berry. Yeah, it's common courtesy. Thank you for the Chesto berry. You're gonna give me another one? No, it was just the one. Oh, okay. Interesting. Back then you used to give like 2. You know, we're in Rustboro now, but there's an item here. Nice. The X defense. I'm not that big a fan of these items. They increase your stats by 1 stage. You can increase your stats all the way up to 6 stages. So these just increase it by 1. Moves like Howl and Growl also do the same. Growl lowers defense by or your attack by 1. And Howl increases your attack by 1. So, yeah, that's basically how that's how those moves and items work. It's just no real reason to talk about them. The moves you get will give you the description about how it works. Yes, May, this place is really massive. You know what else is okay, enough of that meme. Yep, the orange building is a gym. Thank you, May. If we enter here, I believe my friends in high school whenever I would talk about being like a massive fan of Hoenn, they would be like, whenever I would talk about like, oh, whenever I gotta go catch a Pokemon, they'd be like, oh, just use False Swipe. And I'm like, what is that? And that's where I learned about False Swipe, because they were like, you've never heard of False Swipe? You didn't talk to this NPC? I'm like, it's just a random dude in a mart. How the hell would I know to talk about him or talk to him? I don't know. But this guy teaches you False Swipe. Essentially, it's a move that does damage, kind of like scratch or cut, something like that. However, it never does the last bit of attack, or it never does the last bit of damage you need. Regardless of it ever getting a crit or anything like that, it never knocks out a Pokemon. So this is your way of ensuring that a Pokemon is knocked all the way down to its lowest HP possible, and then being able to catch it. That's what False Swipe does. Not every Pokemon can learn that. Speaking of moves that we can get, we're gonna go over here and get the Cut move, which is an HM. Thank you. It's just kind of like Scratch, but I think slightly stronger by like 10. But it's also a move you can use in the overworld. However, we cannot use that right now since we have not beaten the gym leader. Anyways, there's a few other things we can do, but we'll leave that for next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time on Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, we will be doing the stuff in Rustboro, maybe taking on the gym leader, maybe catching our new party member. But yeah, until next time, I guess, see you all then.